What's up, y'all? We are back again. Uh, Going into the Jets bye with the Jets dub, the first one of the year. Hey, last week we went on strike, but it was all for good reason. Okay, we we weren't feeling it after the last loss, so we had to, go on strike, kind of, you know, come back, to ourselves, get grounded,
Yeah.
and I guess that's what was needed for the Jets to get a W. So a lot to talk about on this episode today, leading into our bye week. Uh, Lock in with us, man.
Ready. Jet
Jet
set.
set.
Go.
Go, 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 go. No to the mall.
Loud ball down the right side at the goal line, leading attempt. Caught, free ball. Oh, it's a Jet
Never too
touchdown.
nose. Pack my bags and go, 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 go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a shack in the post. Go, go, you go, 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 you go, go.
From the hills to the moon. Yeah, baby, yeah, we go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah. Ocho, I need some more. Hey, yeah, pronto, hydro.
Jumped out the coupe.
Knocked away by Sauce Gardner.
Smoking cookie in Atlanta. Everyone you want recognition. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap will lick. Some of the trap will fake it. Junior say I'll bring the payout. Bring the payout.
What's up? What's up? We are back to JetSet Podcast, coming to you live. I am Brent, aka Take Flight. Today, joining me each and every week, my dog Alan, aka nyjetsplanet, and the Jets we get a W. But before we, start and go into the analytics this week, a Jet legend, did pass away. You know, most of y'all know number 74, Nate Mango. A lot of us in Jet Nation know him as he's one of the anchors of our offensive line. So I just want to send out my condolences. Great family man. I feel like he was, the one Jet that, was a staple in my upbringing as a Jet fan. We've seen him, be the anchor on many different offensive lines, and just a great guy in person, just off the field, on the field, great teammate, and legend gone too soon in Jet Nation.
Yeah. And just to add to that, Brett, I'm a big O line guy.
Yeah,
Nick Mangold was like one of the guys that got me into being like a real Jets fan. Like that's when I was really, really following the team. So it was definitely sad to hear the news. Like I remember I was driving, I had to like stop. Like, oh, shit, like no
yeah,
way. Like I couldn't even fathom that it happened. So that one was tough.
yeah, yeah. That was a tough loss for all of us, for sure. But apparently, he was on the field with us. On Sunday, our offensive line played outstanding. You know, our young tackles uh, didn't let up a pressure all game. That's crazy, right? And it just felt like the whole team had a different energy going into this week after the owner, seemingly took shots at our starting quarterback, which is crazy to me to even see kind of unfold. Just watching them and hearing them talk about the person that was going to be playing quarterback for us that week in such a negative tone and such a, you know, insensitive tone. Uh, it was just hard to hear, and then to hear afterwards that Justin Fields was mentally going through it, over the past week. I was just like, well, dang, don't you look like an a-hole, Mr. Johnson? Just kind of talking about, our quarterback like that. But, I say that to say, I know media pages and like, people like us and content creators, we all have our opinions and things on these players. But at the end of the day, we're not out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not taking the snaps and stuff like that. We're fans at the end of the day. So I was glad to see Justin Fields be as vulnerable as he was, talking about the mental state he was in, and to know that he went through that and came out and played the way he played, just made me have even more respect for him for sure. But the kid was balling on Sunday, bro. He was
Yeah.
he was locked in. I feel like I don't know if he needed that spark or needed that push from the owner or needed that adversity, but you know he took it and ran with it.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I think, oh man, I've given Woody a lot of crap about this already.
yeah,
I like, I don't know. I do think Woody needs to gain some empathy, especially if you're gonna own this team and you're gonna be the face that we keep asking you not to be. You're gonna have to gain some empathy. Empathy. You have to gain some empathy. Understand where your players are at. I understand, like, yeah, well, you're getting paid to do it, but there is a mental and emotional aspect to being a football player. Um, but I don't think bring your guys down, especially not understanding. Like, you don't understand your organization well enough to know that like Tyrod's a piece of glass. Like, did you not know that Tyrod was hurt all week? And it seems like this injury was serious, based off some recent reports, which we'll get into. But um, yeah, I just felt like that was just it was uncalled for.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, like whenever we feel like Woody Johnson can't go any lower, he goes even lower. So it's just like, all right, well, I'm just ready for you to be gone at this point. I mean, we're already, have been praying for that, but at this point, like, just go ahead and pack it up and find somebody else. Or his brother was better than him. I feel like, as far as like the emotional aspect of being an owner, and like with like what how you talk to players and how you treat players and staff. Um, yeah, I feel like even his brother, like was or did a better job with that. Uh, so yeah, but besides that, Woody Johnson isn't putting on helmets and shoulder pads and going out there every Sunday. The guys that did on Sunday went out and got that dub, and that was, you know, very very nice to see. Very, you know, very I guess pleasing to like see, the guys out there just playing football, getting punched in the mouth, bouncing back, coming back from 15 down and getting that W. Uh, you know, I mean, I guess before I, talk about some of the things I liked from the game, how did you feel as you were watching the game, bro? Like what were the vibes? I feel like halfway through, we're kind of like, all right, it's the same old thing. But as it, progressed, uh, the team was giving us hope.
Yeah. I mean, not to get negative first, but like I definitely do think the defense can't let up 38 points. I understand Sauce isn't there.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm not saying it from a secondary perspective. I was a little disappointed with our defensive line.
hmm
I don't think the Bengals were good enough to be doing all those rushing yards against us. And it wasn't just
yeah,
from Chase Brown; it was also from Samaje Perine, who I didn't even know he still played. Kind of came out of nowhere there. But yeah, like I do think that level that was what was concerning me throughout the game. But as the game started playing, the offense really took over. Like the Bengals were a bad defense. Like that's kind of what you want to see from your offense. Like you should beat up on a bad defense. The same way the Bengals beat up on our defense. Who we don't have a bad defense by any means. Like we definitely have some inconsistencies, but I wouldn't say we have a bad defense.
yeah, Yeah, I wouldn't say we have a bad defense either. It was just those plays where it's just like, all right, like really, like we really let them score off of that. We really let Samaje Perine
Yeah.
and Chase Brown break 3 tackles in one play to get in the end zone. Like it's plays like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so and then like you said, Sauce wasn't out there, but the T Higgins touchdown that was Malachi Moore and Azarie kind of blunder there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you can give them grace for being rookies, but we want to see those plays get eliminated. Those big splash plays, and
Yeah.
because those are killers. I feel like all their touchdowns were outside of the Joe Flacco, tush push. They were all like 20-yard, touchdowns. I'm like, all right, like this is we can't be giving up those type of plays for touchdowns. But
Yeah, that's just the only thing where you kind of look back and you're like, but also like something else interesting, which I'm really surprised. Like I'm a little disappointed in our reporters. No one really brought up the whole Jamie and Sherwood benching. Like we just
yeah,
act like that didn't happen.
yeah,
Like a lot of those runs are right up the middle. I don't want to point fingers at anybody. But like it is a little ironic that the game that Jamie Sherwood gets taken out, that you have like probably our worst rush defense of the year. So
yeah,
I don't know why. I actually thought Jamie Sherwood was starting to put together a couple good games. It felt like he was getting his groove. I'm assuming it had to be like an off the field thing. Like I do know he has been getting beaten coverage, but I don't think it was bad enough to bench him. So I don't know. I'm just surprised no one really asked, or maybe I didn't see any reports about it, but I felt like nobody asked about it.
yeah. And maybe it's because of like the return of Quincy Williams being back there, and um, I don't know. I'm not sure if they play. Well, they can't play the same position, but maybe they were trying to get Kiko some reps beside both of them, at different times.
Well,
But
no, like Jamie Sherwood didn't get a rep into the fourth quarter.
yeah, well, yeah, that's
Like, and the
that's
only reason he got that rep was because Kiko got hurt.
mm,
Because Kiko, he's in a concussion protocol. So
yeah,
like it was a full out benching. Like, and I guess like the thing I was kind of thinking about was I was like, does this mean like a trade is looming maybe? Because I know like
mm,
um Quincy's on the trade market. I doubt Jamie Sherwood's on the trade market, but like Quincy's definitely one of those guys. Like you said, it could just be like I want to see how Kiko plays in that middle linebacker role. Does he play any better than he did in Quincy's role? Like it could be a lot of different factors. Um, but I didn't really like the decision unless
yeah,
like it was some reason beyond my knowledge.
yeah. Maybe it was like just that reason. Like, okay, let's see if one of our starting linebackers are tradable. Let's
Yeah.
see how Kiko plays in there, and see if he's somebody we can move forward with. Not sure how much he put on tape really, but uh, if we just look at the running back numbers, it probably wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily played bad, but like he looks like a late round rookie out there that
Yeah,
kind of got shoved into a starting position. I think for the situation that he's been in, where he kind of once Quincy went out, like Kiko was just kind of thrown in there as a starter, and he's been kind of figuring it all out as he goes. Even like this week, it's like he was playing in Quincy's role. Now he gets put in the middle linebacker role. That's a whole new position. You got to train your mind to now fixate on midseason. It's a lot to put on a rookie's plate.
yeah,
Um, so I do just think that decision's a little interesting, especially how conservative they've been about rookies. But it could be so many different reasons that, like I said, it's hard to knock it until I understand a little bit more on like why. That's why I'm like I felt like the media should at least questioned, and just like I said, they might have questioned it, and I just don't see a report anywhere because I looked it up. I didn't see any
yeah.
reports.
Yeah, no, that definitely got swept under the rug a little bit. Maybe it's nothing, maybe but this bye week I feel like will tell us a lot about what we about any question marks I guess we have any players. Speaking on players, Michael Carter II has gotten traded.
Yeah.
And, that was a little bit of a shock, but honestly, if I'm being honest, you know, and I love Michael Carter II. He gave us some great plays and good years. Um, I'm just glad it wasn't. Well, I mean, and again, we still have some time of this bye week, but glad it wasn't Brees, Jermaine, Garrett, or Sauce. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't any of them. All right. And then we got Metchie uh, in return, which you know he's been passed around the league a little bit the last few months, but that's somebody that in the draft a lot of people were high on, Alabama receiver, and he has untapped potential. I feel like, and why not kick the tires on a wide receiver that has untapped potential, um, in an opportunity where he can actually, thrive? Because
Yeah.
trading him to Philly didn't really make sense behind, because Dotson was like their, you know, wide receiver 3, and then you have Goddard who gets a lot of targets behind Smith and AJ. So that was really
Yeah.
like
Like,
really a dead
y-
zone for him to go to in the first place.
yeah. Like, and that's the one thing that makes it very interesting. Like, Mechie has always been in situations where I think teams have already had their guys pretty much.
Yeah,
Like, even when he was on Houston, they had Tank Dell and Nico Collins.
yeah,
Obviously, Tank Dell ended up getting hurt, but it's like you already kind of had your two guys. Then you go to the Eagles, which I thought that was interesting to begin with because I was like, they already have their guys as well. They got AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. Um, but I think Mechie's worth kicking the tires on.
mhm,
We have Josh Reynolds who just went on IR, so it is just it's open season for honestly wide receiver 2 and on. Aaron Smith
yeah,
hasn't stepped up to this point. He still can, but he hasn't yet. Tyler Johnson has been honestly. I would keep Tyler Johnson next year too because I think he's like a solid wide receiver, like
3.
3 to 4. Like
I,
he's
I,
not like
I like Tyler Johnson. Out of all of our receivers we added this year,
yeah.
I liked him the most.
Yeah, like he gives you like a solid like I personally I think he's a good like off the bench. Like God forbid someone
Mhm.
got hurt and then you had to put him in, you feel pretty good about it. And
Yeah,
even actually Isaiah Williams had a pretty solid game too. So
yeah,
I'm curious how they use him moving forward, because he came in just to return and now he's over there getting sweeps and stuff. So
yeah.
I'm curious how that
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. No, speaking of Isaiah Williams too, like Tanner. I think Tanner heard of a few of us and opened up that playbook this week,
Yeah.
because we were seeing a lot of different types of plays, a lot of plays that looked very early Detroit Lion-esque. You know,
Hmm.
um, it was, yeah, like I don't know, like the game just seemed easier for Justin Fields as far as the his reads and everything. So I mean,
Hmm.
I was impressed with the play calling in certain situations, and clearly we made it a point to feed our best asset on offense, which was Brees Hall as well. So love to see that.
Yeah. No, and that's true. I really, and I got to give credit where it's due. I think Tanner had a pretty solid scheme, at least for the past game, especially given the fact that, Fields was again kind of just thrown in there a little bit. I know Glenn was a little non-committal, let me say, on who was going to start. But I felt like they had a pretty solid game plan, which was, we're really just we're gonna run this ball. Our offensive line stepped up to the plate. I think if they could step up to the plate more going forward, you feel good whoever's back there, pretty much.
Yeah.
But with that said, I would like to keep Brees because that game was insane.
I really hope we do keep Brees because, um, yeah, like after seeing all that, I'm like, after all that, after all that. Nah,
Yeah,
like for real though, like, and Isaiah Davis had a great game too. Like, don't get me
yeah, he
wrong,
did.
but,
You know,
but I'm like, nah, bruh. Like, you're a great running back too behind Brees, but don't be going too crazy trying to, you know,
well, I think it all comes down to like what are you gonna get back for Brees? You know, like if this was like a couple years ago, and it's like okay, you could still get like a second to third rounder for Brees, then it'd be like okay, you can make an argument about that because like all right, you could probably replace him with like a round two back is a pretty good back.
yeah,
You know, like more times than not, that's gonna be a pretty good back. Um, I know like right now, what's going around is like they probably get back like a fifth rounder. Like why? You know, like I don't know. Every time I look at the free agent class, there's no names that like I look at. I'm like, oh yeah, like there's a lot of guys that like teams are just letting go. And even then, like all those guys get franchise tagged and stuff like
yeah,
that. But there's no guys that I feel like is going to be available that I'm like, oh yeah, maybe Rico Dowdle, but like, are we going to take the chance on him wanting to even be here?
yeah. No,
Um,
I wouldn't even,
so
I wouldn't even take that chance because
yeah, not when you
yeah,
have a guy you know you feel comfortable in. He knows the offense now. There were some reports today that he wants to be here. I think if he wants to be here, you make it happen. You know, like we got the money,
yeah, yeah.
especially
Now,
with
especially now,
MC2 gone.
yeah, especially now, you have the bread, so yeah, like make it happen. I will say, Brees is he's a very cryptic tweeter, Twitter finger
He
player.
is.
He's I
He's got
like I really try to look past that most of the times. I'm like, all right, bro, like what you like what you doing, man? Well, like why you making us think about what you saying and all this? Like don't
He
be
did
a
also have an interesting quote in the game, like,
yeah.
uh, what was it? If either they can keep me or they can send me somewhere else, so when I come back, I kill him or something like that. I was like,
I was like,
what
what? I was
happened?
like, and like what's crazy is like the sideline reporter said that, right? So I'm watching the game as we're coming back. I'm like, what? Like, what do you? He said that. I was like, it's no way he said that. But but in my mind, I'm like, he is really like he out of them four. Okay, he's the drama queen. Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
like
he definitely is a drama queen.
he's the biggest drama queen. I know it, and I know a lot of people see it too. But I'm like, bro, what are you like after Michael Clay got traded today? Tweeted out like a popcorn eating meme.
Yeah. The
I'm like,
thing
bro,
is, it's so cryptic that it's like, what does that mean? Like,
what is
is this a good thing? Like, Brees, does that mean you want to be here? Like,
yeah,
is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Like, Brees, what are we talking about here, man?
yeah,
Just. And I know he can't just come out and say like I want to be here because money. You know, he has to at
yeah,
least even if he wants to be here, he has to make it somewhat ambiguous so that like the Jets are scared and just pay him the money.
yeah. And he's I don't know, man. Like he needs to change his name from Brees the Beast to Brees the Troll. Okay, because he be trolling. Brees be troll. I'm like, bro, what does that even mean? What is that? What are we talking about? Okay, do you want to be here or not? Jesus. We heard
Yeah.
Sauce say you want to be here. We heard Garrett say you want to be here. We ain't heard that from you yet, bro. We heard Jermaine say, he
I
ain't
will
leaving.
say it is a little harder for Brees because like being 24 as a running back is not being the same as like 24 as a receiver.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it. But it's like Garrett checked the box. He said he trying to be a Jet for life. He said that publicly. Sauce checked the box
Yeah.
on, little side quests on the golf green and in front of the presser. Jermaine
Yeah.
checked the box, as far as like
Jermaine
tweeting
ain't
and
even get paid yet.
yeah. And he didn't get paid yet. But like Garrett and Sauce checked those boxes before they got paid too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, Brees, like you're really trying to worry us here, bro, because you haven't got paid yet, and you're being very cryptic with with these little breadcrumbs you're leaving. Like, do you want to be here or not, man? You come out and say it, and then I think after the game he was like, yeah, if Garrett Wilson isn't in the game, I need the ball like 20. I'm like, bro, who what? Like what? Like where did this come from? Like what is like where is it? Where did this side come from, bro? I'm like,
You know,
all right,
it's
Brees,
too though.
right.
Like I will say, I'm sure
You're right.
he's in
You're right.
those practices, and he's like, I know we don't have no. Granted, again, it is kind of is like a indictment of like your passing game, but it's like I know if Garrett's not there, ain't nobody here that can really make plays like I can, and it's
Right,
true.
right,
But like
but
you don't go and say that to the media.
yeah, you don't say that to the like, bro. What is? I don't know, bro. Again, I was like, all right, bro. Dang, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad, superstar. What thing? He Daniel Thomason, ain't it?
Yeah.
But that's my dog, though. I love Brees, though. Like I want him to stay. Uh, I feel like he's had a chip on his shoulder for a long time, but like he's becoming a very cryptic type of diva player.
Yeah, he is.
So he is. He very much is. So yeah. I mean, I hope we keep him. I hope
But
the trade deadline comes
yeah, I was
and
gonna
he
say,
did all that cryptic stuff.
like going back to the trade deadline, is there anybody else you think? Like, do you think Moogie really does some sort of fire sale in some form of way? Like, is MC2 the start of it?
Yeah, I can see Lazard going.
That's fair.
I can see Lazard. I can see um I don't know, man. Really just Lazard.
I think Quinnen's 50-50.
I don't I
I think
we
there's a
can't do that.
50-50 shot, man. And I'm not saying
We
I
can't
want
do
Quinnen to
that.
go, but I just don't see Moogie turning down a first round draft pick.
If it's a first round draft pick,
I don't see Moogie letting that go. Like, it could be from the Bills. Like, I generally don't
oh
see him
god,
letting it go.
he
All
I
right, maybe
will
not the Bills. I was
yeah I
saying like
will,
a team that's on like a Super Bowl trajectory, like the Green Bay Packers, like a team that you expect that pick to be somewhat really late. It's still like that's a first though.
yeah
I
yeah
know, I
that
know,
would be yeah
Woogie and
that would
Glenn they want more of like their guys. Like everyone wants to like put their actual stamp on the team.
that would suck though because Quentin is I feel like he's a staple in like the culture
Yeah,
that's being built here and
yeah. And you
uh
automatically, in my opinion, you lose Quincy automatically by doing that.
yeah you do so
So
you let one go,
it's-
might as well say bye to both of them.
yeah, I don't see Quincy staying after that. Which great. I know a lot of people are like they don't believe that Quincy's gonna get extension. I don't know. Like that one's interesting. I guess it's really depending on Glenn. I know some people are saying they kind of play too similar, but I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I feel like Lazard for sure. I think if we can get anything for Lazard, send his ass out of here because he's just out there doing cardio. He's
I
not
take
even
additional seventh at this point.
he's not even getting a single catch in the game.
He is blocking though. I'll give him credit where it's due. He has been blocking.
That's a great blocking. Mason Taylor and Jeremy Rucker is doing enough of that for us. Line up Mason Taylor out there. I'll have him block. But Lazard, yeah, yeah, he's a great blocking wide receiver. But if you're playing wide receiver, the first priority is making plays and catching the ball. You know, Lazard might as well play tight end for us at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Lazard is the only one I feel like is definitely on the move because if you get in there in the game with no Garrett Wilson, no Josh Reynolds, who's our presumably our wide receiver too, and you don't make no type of plays, all right, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson was out there going crazy.
Tyler Johnson had a touchdown. Isaiah Williams had like 30 rushing yards and 30 receiving yards, I believe. Even Arian Smith made a big catch.
He did. He did. Aaron Smith
Jimmy
ain't going
Ruffin
nowhere.
made a big catch too, for that matter.
Yeah, yeah. Is it just me, or whenever Isaiah Williams runs with the ball, I get worried a little bit?
I'm not gonna lie, I do too. That's why I'm happy he got what is it, special teams player of the week. But I was a
I don't
little
know how.
shocked,
I
to be
don't know
honest.
how he got that.
I was like, I mean, I guess like I felt like that was more like a comeback sort of story. The reason why they did that, because I was like, okay. I mean, like he wasn't bad, and I'll give him that.
I was like, did he take one of these back for a touchdown or something? I'm confused as to why he got
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm saying. Normally, it's like somebody took it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah,
There was like a high 60-yard field goal, or there was a bunch of field goals in the game. But I was like, maybe because I will say it was a pretty big blowout week, so it's
it was.
probably why.
It was. It was.
So
Yeah,
we were like one of the only
had,
few close games.
they had no choice but to give it to the person with the most return yards in the game. They're like, dang, nobody scored a touchdown. All right, who had the most return yards?
Yeah,
All right, yep, give it to him. But,
yeah. I
but
do hate our onside kicking, like that rule. Like you have to
what?
declare it, and
Oh
then you
yeah,
have to like line up a certain way.
I think that's dumb. I think that's dumb. The declaring of the onside kick. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it kind of defeats the whole purpose. It's like just don't even, just take it out then, because it's like the odds go to like. And granted, obviously, a lot of times when a team's onside kicking, but it's like
yeah.
you have
I
to
would
go in like a certain formation. And everything. Like it's like the way they have it now. I don't like it.
like it takes the element of surprise out. Like usually, most times people know when or like okay, be aware of an onside kick here.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like you know that just kind of defeats the purpose of an onside kick, in my opinion, because I feel like
yeah.
onside
'Cause,
kick.
sometimes like teams will look like they're doing an onside kick and then kick it deep. Just it's like a
Mhm.
mental battle. I don't know. I hate when they take stuff like that out of the game, because I always like seeing the onside kick. Like I know teams probably don't like when they work, but it makes it fun.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like, to at least
I
have a
agree.
chance,
Yeah,
like if it's a one-score game, you should have a chance to go get that ball back.
yeah, no, exactly, exactly, and yeah, it's just like all right, just take
Especially
the
when
point.
teams, I was gonna say, especially when teams are allowed to kneel. So it's like the moment they kneel, game's over, anyways.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm just like, all right, yeah, all right, I guess you take it out. I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't matter much, but 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 yeah, Brees Hall had a passing touchdown as well.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty cool to see. And I thought he was just gonna like throw it out of bounds, but like he threw it like I was like, okay, yeah, he
Not gonna
popping
lie,
it.
he was lucky none of them corners were looking though.
Yeah, I know. None of them were looking,
Yeah, because
but
that easily could have been a pick. But
it
I was
was
like, look, I'll
that
take it.
was that was close. I was like, oh, you really popping it? You really think you like? I know after that,
Now, honestly, I thought it was a better catch than the throw. I thought the throw
no,
was pretty ass. But
for sure.
that was a great catch by Mason Taylor. That was like, I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah, yeah, no, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like with all that stuff Brees was saying and things like that, it's just
Mm,
funny to like, after this game, like I know he was popping it. And I told y'all, told what I say.
yeah.
If they trade me, they trade me. But y'all see what I just did. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Let's see what they do. Like what, bro? You are not Walter Payton, my boy. Dang.
Yeah.
He played like him
But
though. He played like him. Played like
I'm
Walter
not gonna
Payton.
lie, like Brees has been pretty solid this year. I think Brees has definitely been on
Yes.
a mission.
Yes.
I'm all for it. I do hope that like we can open up them gaps, pause a little bit more though.
Yeah. Nah, for
I
sure.
honestly, I think the hard part is like I don't think there's like yeah, obviously I think we can go a little bit better than Josh Myers. But I don't think there's anything I would really change about the O line outside of just get Olu probably a little bit more developed.
Mhm.
But like player wise, I don't know. Like development's the only thing I guess is
Yeah,
needed there. Like even with Tip was playing center, so now he's at guard. It's a little bit different.
yeah.
Um,
Where,
but yeah,
where, where do you think?
I think
Where do you
man,
think
this O line.
ABT fits in?
Sorry,
No, no. I was saying, where do you think? Like, do you think ABT is a lock for coming back?
a lock. I would definitely not say a lock.
Mm,
Do I want him back? Yeah, I'd still take him back. I like. I don't know. I don't even know how much money he would really command. But
yeah,
like, assuming I could get him on like a 1 year prove it deal, 5 years, 5 mil, I'd do it. You know, he's still our best guard by a long shot. Um,
yeah.
and if you can move Tip back to center, because there's not really a lot of centers in free agency or the draft. So
Right.
if Tip can develop back into a solid center, and then you got ABT at right guard, I feel really good about the O line.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. I do think that Olu should change his number at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why he was able to get the number in the first place, but I do feel like
Out of
he should
respect.
move. Yeah, out of respect. Like I would have if I was Olu, I would have requested to change my number. Well, maybe after the season,
Yeah, I
or
don't think they'll let him. Like maybe like you probably have to like. There's a chance that you can go to the NFL and have it changed, but like I think the issue is like the jersey sales.
yeah,
So like why they would never do it in like the middle of a season like that? Because I know people bought Olu jerseys. I would honestly, there was a chance I was thinking about buying an Olu jersey. I just don't want to give him a curse from me wearing his jersey.
yeah,
um,
yeah.
but
Like
yeah,
trust me, all these Quinnen rumors. I'm looking at that jersey in my closet, and I'm like, damn.
yeah, that's why I've
I'm like,
been trying to get
damn.
my Quinn jersey uses
I
while
know.
I can.
I got my Quinnen jersey. Just I'm staring at it. I'm like, that's on me. If you get traded, that's on me. But my
I mean, the
my
good
next
thing is though, like Quinnen is a guy that like I'll never feel bad about wearing his jersey because
yeah,
he like what he's done for us in general. Like he
no,
still
for sure.
did stick for it. You know, he's had some really, really like insane years.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't feel too bad about wearing it like as like a throwback jersey.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, yeah, I agree too. I think the next jerseys that I'm scheming at getting are either Garrett Sauce, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, maybe a Fields jersey.
Come on, man. Membu.
If oh yeah, Membu. I gotta get
I'm
Membu.
not
That's
gonna
my
yeah, as
cousin.
I say, like Brick keeps saying you look like Membu.
That's my cousin. Ain't that right, Brick? That's my cousin. Uh, I don't think that Quinnen is going to go. Like if I had to put like a percentage on it, I would say 80% Quinnen stays, 20% a team might fly in at the last moment, maybe the 49ers or something,
Mm-hmm.
Salah, somebody like that, and try to give us like a first or second round pick. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way he does go is if it is if it is a deal that we cannot like refuse. So but
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know, man. We'll see.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like I said, I don't know. I don't know, man. I wish I had the answers.
right, right. But yeah, no, Membu might be a good next jersey option for me.
Nah, I would say get a Membu jersey, especially like, um, he's been that dude. Like he's the one player that kind of makes you feel okay with not taking Tyler Warren when you had the chance to, especially with
Right.
Mason Taylor being decent this year.
Yeah, yeah. Mason
Like
Taylor's good too. So
Mason Taylor might be our Tucker Craft.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like someone that like first year like he's still kind of putting it all together. I mean he's only 21 years old. You know,
Which is
give
crazy.
him like
Yeah,
23, 24. I can see him sort of take that leap. and be like a 700-800 yard head in.
Yeah. What's crazy is, man, I can't wait for our offense to actually. I mean, our offense was clicking today,
Mm-hmm.
but 250 rushing yards, that's not gonna happen every week, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know we want to be a rushing team, but 250 a game, that was a little crazy. That was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and we're not gonna be on a 250 rushing yard a week team. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my
Yeah,
cousin.
man.
That's my cousin.
But yeah, no, we're not getting 250 a week though.
Yeah.
Like,
We're not getting we're not gonna get 250 rushing yards a week. This was just everybody was breaking it. You know, I feel like if we handed the ball off to Andrew Beck, he would have broke for 20 yards or something.
I'm
You
not
know?
gonna lie though. Like, shout out to Isaiah Davis because he was the one that first kind of like opened the door. And then once
Yeah,
he
he
had that
did.
50-yarder, I felt like that's when it was like, oh,
Yeah.
like Bruce was like, outshine me. So then Bruce comes in, bam, and now they going in, bam, 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 bam. I was like,
Yeah.
shit. I didn't Isaiah Davis do that once a week.
Yeah, no, like
He was a hell of
yeah,
a thing.
when Isaiah started breaking out, Brees is like, oh, hold on, let me get some. Let me get some of this. Brees is like, run
Yeah,
that same play for me. And then Brees almost took it on, like, literally on the same play.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But
Oh man.
but yeah, I'm like, bro, it's no there's no way we're doing it every they getting kind of week one me, but with the yeah. This
Yeah.
honestly, this
Although I
game
am
was
curious. Like, do you think that if Tyrod was healthy, you think he would have started? Or was it
no.
Fields no matter what?
I think it was Fields no matter what.
Honestly, I do too. I do think
Yeah,
like honestly, I don't even know if Tyrod's really hurt because I didn't see him get hurt in that game. I always see when Tyrod's like wheezing or something like that. I didn't see
yeah,
him really look hurt. So I felt like the hurt is him like, I'm not really trying to pay this year. I'll just
yeah.
kind of check and keep it pushing.
I'm telling you, like I don't think I think it was Fields the whole time. That's why Glenn wasn't trying to say anything. Like why would he keep it that close to the best? I mean, granted, I know that Glenn is he's trying to be different. You know what I'm saying? As far as the coach and just you know just be like, all right, I ain't gonna fall for that like for y'all media. I'm gonna just do things my way. But
Yeah.
I truly believe that Glenn probably had like a one-on-one with Justin Fields and was like, "I believe in you. You're starting. I'm not going to tell nobody." And like, if you really think about it, Justin Fields was confident in every press conference we saw this week. Like, he was calm and collected. That man knew he was starting all week.
Well,
It-
Glenn did say back on like I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday that he was like, I already know who's starting. I'm just not telling you. Like
yeah, yeah,
like I want to say it was Wednesday he made that comment. So I'm like, yeah, you had to have told Justin pretty early.
yeah. And I think somebody asked him like, "Do the players know who's starting?" And Glenn was like, "Yep, they know."
Yeah. But and I'm sure if it didn't like even if the game didn't work out, you just kind of blame it on I expected Tyrod to be back, but then he got hurt. But then I'm sure he told Tyrod like, look, bro, just fake an injury. I need Fields back in there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
like look, bro. I know you just here to copy check. Look, just copy a check, bro.
yeah. Because like for somebody who like if somebody was on the fence or like didn't know if they were starting, Fields looked pretty damn comfortable out there to not
Yeah.
know he was starting all week. You
Especially
know
that
what I mean?
offense looked very Justin Fields like
Yes.
prepped. Like a
Yeah.
lot of like Justin
Very.
running. Like you could tell
Yeah.
like they schemed that specifically for Justin.
It was yeah. It was a lot of yeah. It was very Justin Fields friendly. Like the way the offense was looking. So, in my opinion, I mean, I called it before, like yeah, like I was talking to AJ too, like before, like throughout the week, I'm like, yeah, he's not saying who's starting because it's Fields, and like he doesn't want because one also I feel like he was protecting his quarterback in that
Mhm.
sense because if he tells everybody that Fields is starting, then guess what? Then everybody is on fields. Everybody's asking them. Everybody's putting the pressure. Like he
Yeah.
low key took the pressure off both of his quarterbacks by, or he knew that was starting, which was Fields, by not saying anything. So you
Yeah.
know, I, I actually commend Glenn for doing that because he knew that Fields was probably going through it, and he was like, you know what, I'm not even going to give you any added pressure. I just want you to lock in this week, focus. You're the starter, but I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
nobody that you're the starter. You like only person that knows who's the starter is you. So let's focus this week, lock in, and go out there and get this dub. And I think that's exactly what happened.
And I still don't think he's had a bad year. I think like
He
I
hasn't. He hasn't
guess
thrown any picks.
when you lose,
Yeah,
the only thing you remember is that your team was bad enough to lose, that you don't really think about the positives that really happened. Like yes, it's like everyone's like the whole fourth down merchant thing. Like in some ways, you could say, "Oh, he only scores when we're down by multiple scores." Other ways, that you can say, like, "Oh, he can get us back in there at any point in the game."
exactly,
No,
exactly.
like I don't think that should necessarily be counted against you because no NFL defense is just like, yeah, just score for whatever. Like, you know how many times Zach tried that and got nothing?
Yeah, 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 exactly. And people love to point their finger at the quarterback when the offensive coordinator has a play in this too, right? Like he's not just like calling the most perfect plays, and Justin is like, and Justin's messing them all up. Like
Yeah,
some of the plays, even when we look back on it from different angles, we're like, why is this play being run at this time? So
yeah,
and like people have to remember, this is a first time offensive coordinator as well. He's calling
yeah.
plays. He's not just a passing game coordinator like he was in Detroit, where he was just kind of listening on the mic while Ben Johnson called the plays. He's actually the one calling the plays now. So it's an
Mhm.
adjustment period for him too. So yeah, bro, like Fields, outside of like two games where he had like 30, well, outside the Broncos game, the Bills game he got hurt. Um, every other game, I feel like he played well enough to win. Our defense just didn't. Our defense just didn't do what they needed to do. You
Yeah,
know, like those games. The like I said, the Bills game, that was he got hurt, and everybody's getting smacked around. And the Denver game, that was just like a lag to me. I think that was just like a bad week because ever since then, like we're seeing Denver put up like 30 plus points on teams, 35. I'm like, bro, they were
yeah,
not doing that against us.
yeah. Now we had them pretty locked down.
Yeah, exactly. So again, just an unlucky lag of a game, and yeah, you know,
But I think it's all going to come down to this Browns game out the bye.
yeah,
Glenn, you got 2 weeks to go up against a banged up and it seemed defeated as well Browns team. Like you got a
uh-huh,
rookie quarterback, like that should be a game that actually ignites like a solid finish of the year, in my opinion.
yeah, yep, yep.
You know,
I agree. The only
gotta
problem
carry.
with the Browns is Miles Garrett. He is a monster.
That is true. And Denzel
Um,
Ward.
and Denzel Ward. Do you think Garrett comes back after the bye?
Yeah, I think he comes back. But I like Denzel Ward's still a good corner, so it's like even if like it's a 50-50 battle, like
Yeah,
obviously you gotta sit down and figure out how you can scheme the entire offense in general, so you're not just relying on any sort of thing. So it's definitely going to be a fun little test for Tanner. It's gonna be a big test for Wilkes because I don't like you just can't let the Browns get a bunch of points because that's not fair to your offense.
yeah, yeah. And the Browns look good versus the Pats early on, but that team comes apart. They don't have Judkins. I don't think. I think he's going to be out. Like,
He might be back. He's probably gonna be back by time
well,
because they're
that might
also on a
be
bye
good.
week. So I'd expect him there for at least for now.
Yeah, that may be a problem. Sauce and Garrett will definitely be back though. Hopefully, we have our core guys still intact after the bye.
Yep.
Because after our bye, the trade deadline is over, and whoever we have during the Browns game is who we will have probably for the rest of the season. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out. Um, but yeah, man, you know, a
Yeah,
nice stressful or stressless bye week. Oh,
yeah,
Johnny's in the chat.
especially with like honestly, we have a pretty easy. Like I hate to say it, but it's like we do have a somewhat easier schedule upcoming. Like I definitely do think. Like I don't know about going undefeated in the year, but like I definitely think we can come out like let's say after the bye week have a winning record between those games, and then you feel a little good going into next year about like how
Yeah,
Glenn had the team improve over the course of the year.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
I
but
hope so. 9 game winning streak, Johnny. It's been people like I've been seeing fans like this saying a lot of this stuff online, and I'm just like, this is why they label us delusional, right? Because they're like, I think you had posted too, Alan. Like, if you weren't with us at 0-7, don't be with us at 10-7. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. Y'all are crazy, bro. And then one loss, and then we're all back in the dumps.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like that's why I said like the Browns game is so important because like Justin's back in Ohio. Is that
Oh
I think
no,
it's it.
I don't know. Let me check. I think
But either
it's.
way, like how Justin and Garrett are against these Ohio teams. I feel like Garrett he puts a little extra effort in these Browns games, but
He
I
does.
I think you kind of like you have to keep that momentum going into the second half, like after the bye. Otherwise,
It's
it
a
like
home game.
it's a home game. Yeah,
Yep,
but
it's a
I
home
would really
game,
hope they
and
keep
then we have a short week Thursday night against the Pats. I think I think I think we can beat the Pats on Thursday night.
Yeah, like I don't really think the Pats. Like I know that they're winning games, but like I don't know
Something's got to
how.
give. Something's got to
Yeah,
give. And if it's any game that will give, it's got to be us on prime time Thursday night. I don't know how. I don't know what it is with us on Thursday night football, but we play better on Thursday night football. I don't know what it is.
well, I will say, like, if the Jets come out the bye, on a short week, go 2-0, I'm bought all the way. Well, I'm already bought, and I'm always bought. But double
bro,
my
bro, it is gonna be pandemonium in Jet
yeah,
Nation
yeah,
if
it won't be
we
good.
come out the bye, we win Sunday, turn around, fly to New England Thursday night, beat them in a game where if we do win, I feel like it will be in dramatic fashion. It won't be no blowout or anything like that.
Yeah,
But wouldn't that be something?
but that's what I said. Like, Glenn, you want to be a good, you want the job, bro. Honestly, even if we don't like go to the playoffs, but like finish out this year like 6-2 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like that would be fucking crazy. Imagine
yeah,
like
yeah.
go from
That would
0
be
and
insane.
7 to like what is that? 8 like what was it? Sorry. Oh, I don't know the math on it, but like 8-9 or something like that. I still think like
Yeah,
even at 8-9, I'd be like that was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Because then we're just winning games and we're just an excited fan base and we're just like putting up scenarios in our head now and it just makes the season just end a little bit like, oh wow, we missed the
Like
playoffs.
you're not, you know what it is. It makes the off season a little bit better because no one's sitting there like, oh, I want everybody gone and yada yada. Like you're not having those type of conversations. You're just like, all right, we like what we got now. We went 9-8. Like, yeah, we started off rough, but like now that everyone kind of understands the scheme, Glenn got these guys rolling. You feel good about starting a little stronger next year.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like that's the that's that's what we want, right? That's what we want going into next year. Just a little bit of hope. Like
Yeah,
this one win gave Jet fans an immense way more hope than it should have given us. But a win and in the way that it happened, it's like, okay, we can we can compete. We can
Yeah.
compete, right? And
Basically,
the Bengals just beat the
it,
Steelers, so it's like, you know, half
but
of our
basically
losses
it
were
would be
really
like
true.
the what's it called? Sorry, because I just looked it up. The Lions, 2022 Lions. They started off 1-6, and then finished off 9-8.
And finish off what?
9-8. They missed the playoffs that year, but like they finished the year 9-8 after starting 1-6.
Wow.
Like if we
Okay,
could do
so
something like that, I think like it would just be electric as a fan base.
yes, and that is that's the most jet way for the season to go. You ask
Yeah,
me.
yeah, like a long way of saying it's exactly what we wanted this year, anyways.
Yeah, it's like taking it down to the wire. Yep, that is exactly what we wanted. 500 scrappy team, even though we were 0-7. Jeez, man, 0-7.
Yeah,
Imagine like we end the season on one of the best notes we've ever seen us end the season and miss the playoffs.
I'd be okay with missing the playoffs though, because like honestly, like you
We're
feel
not
a
in
little bit.
the
Actually, you feel a little better because it's like at least you don't have to end on a loss because
right.
like the team's obviously not just gonna go win a Super Bowl, but it's like
Yeah, right. No,
we
it's
just
not
be
gonna happen.
playing extra games, like waiting on like what at what point are we gonna get knocked out?
At that point, it's like okay, we can we don't need to pick past 20 in the draft. All right, we don't need to be that good this year. All right,
Yeah,
let's stay in the teens.
yeah, yeah. So like a
But
nice little,
no,
like honestly, I'll even say like a 7-10. Like if Glenn can pull out a 7-10 year, I think the
7-10.
fan base will be all in.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
After starting
7.
0-7, that is very fair.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And
That's a
that yeah,
very
that was
fair. Like, to say, like you did something really
0-7.
impressive.
0-7. That would be end of the year 7-3.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not us? Like seriously, why not? You know,
Sorry, six.
I just really want to beat
I
the
was like,
Pat.
wait, 6-3.
I just really want to beat the Patriots Thursday. That'll be.
Yeah.
I really don't care about what else happens. If we beat the Patriots Thursday night in Foxborough, I'd pack it up. I don't care because that's gonna hurt them more than it hurts us.
Also, the fun thing in like losing so many games is that you realize how much like you appreciate the joy of winning. Like when it's just been that long, like I was like, wow, it really just has been such a long time since we just won a
I,
game and had
bro,
any
I
sort of
swear,
resemblance of hope.
I swear. After the Bengals win, I literally sat back in my couch. I was like, dang, this feels like, huh? Jeez.
Yeah, man.
I was like, that was dramatic, but hey, I guess that's what it feels like. I don't know how some content creators, as soon as the game ended, was able to put up a winning graphic. Like I had to wait like
Yeah,
30 minutes. I had to wait like 30 minutes to like take it in. I'm like
bro.
typing
I
in
had I
stats.
had to take a nap. My like
Yeah,
head was just pounding. I was like,
bro,
man, I've been
bro,
asking for this for so long that just like I was just so it just put me out.
bro. I was typing in the stats like, dang, you really had that much? Give me look at these highlights. I'm like, dang, he had 130. Dang. I'm like, oh wow, Fields. No picks. Like he was, and again, 167 attempts, no picks. That is pretty low of attempts or completions. I'm not sure. Either way, no picks here. It's week 8, week 9. No picks.
Yeah.
It was once upon a time where all we did was where we couldn't even have a 15 plus yard splash play. Like it was like a record going for like how many games the Jets can go without a 15-yard play.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we are. I don't know, man. I feel like some fans just need to look back and be like, you know what? we used to have guys throwing picks. We used to have guys just throwing to the other team and just not knowing what's going on. Like, you know,
And not to mention, I was talking about it, the flags. You know, like how many flags have we seen on a game to game basis in previous years and even earlier this year? And then I feel like in the past, like 3 to 4 games, I haven't
yeah,
seen a lot of flags.
there hasn't
So,
been. There's been a lot of
teams
it at
looking
all.
cleaner, quarterbacks looking cleaner. Like you got to respect that from Glenn at least.
Yeah, I like they've really been locked in. Like to be
Mhm.
honest, um, and the only thing to keep them locked in to me is winning.
Yeah.
Just keep on winning, fellas. Just keep on winning.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
man.
Pittsburgh is ass. Yeah, and look, Britt, they all starting to see it now. Okay, I won't go say nothing, but they all starting to see it now. And what's crazy
Yeah.
is Aaron Rodgers isn't even playing that terrible. But when he has to scramble, I chuckle every time.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm like, oh boy, look at him. He's just falling to the ground. He ain't even trying to get up out of there because he's just not mobile.
Yeah, he's not.
It's not it looked good, but when teams have film and the season progresses, this is what we get. Okay, this is what we
Yeah.
gonna get. And I don't know. Yeah, Pittsburgh is I don't know, man. And what's crazy is they have a lot of names on defense too. Like their defense on paper is like, wow, but the defense is being torched.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how that one goes down. It'd be yeah. I'm not gonna wish bad on them, but it'd be interesting, especially because
Yeah,
we did go toe to toe with them too. We went toe to toe with them.
exactly. And again, I said it before the season. I'll say it again. That game was the icebreaker, to everything. If we win that Pittsburgh game, we're probably sitting in a way better spot, like
Yeah,
overall.
yeah.
But I
It was
knew,
kind of like confidence was so low after losing it.
yeah, yeah. Because even if, yeah, I'm telling you, that game meant a lot for our morale. I feel like with everything, with the whole backstory. So, but the Steelers are starting to, you know, are starting to feel it. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I feel like they were popping that a little too much early on in the season. Like, oh yeah, y'all like go Aaron Rodgers and this and that and the third and Aaron Rodgers is bad. He just need to get out from the Jets. All right, y'all gonna see the same stuff we saw. Because he was doing the same stuff with us. All these good throws and stuff like that. Same stuff with us. But guess what? Our defense wasn't doing it.
yeah,
Just like how Pittsburgh is in right now. So I ain't.
yeah, man.
Yeah. But we are coming up on an hour. Final thoughts, Alan. What's your going into this bye week? This stress free NFL football week. What's
Yeah.
the
Well,
what are your final thoughts?
yeah. It's good to just have like a Sunday where I could just kind of watch some games, not have to really
Yeah.
stress about my team losing. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think my whole thought in this bye week in general is like I do hope that when the team comes out, like they come out strong. So I think it will set the tone for the rest of the year after the bye. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. And I'm just glad I don't get stressed out.
Yeah, I'm glad that this Sunday, it's gonna be a stress free weekend of football. Um, I hope that we keep our core guys. I don't want Quentin to leave. Do not trade Quentin. This is a no trade Quentin train. Okay. I don't want to see him go. We must win. Yeah, we must win. We must win this week and the weeks to come. Browns and then Patriots. If we can get those two wins, that'll mean the world to me. That'll mean the world to everybody. But the Patriots one, for sure. That's the one I really want. Especially on Prime Video. Need that. I'm gonna watch that in a little. Do you ever watch the Prime Video in the other Madden angle view?
Oh, I did it once. I haven't done it for like a Jets game though.
Yeah. I'm glad we get to be on Prime so I can see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully we come out of the bye stronger than ever. All right, but let me see. Appreciate y'all locking in with us. Trey Lazard to Pittsburgh and get back Will Howard. That is it's interesting. That's an interesting take there. Get back Will Howard.
Will Howard. I don't know.
I'd rather
I can see
just
why.
wait. I'd rather just wait.
I just feel like it starts the whole QB thing.
Yeah,
I'd just rather not even let's just see how this year plays out at this point.
yeah. Just give us a fifth for Lazard, and I'll be okay.
Yeah. I wish I'd take a conditional 7.
If
but yeah.
if Lazard, if we trade Lazard to Pittsburgh, then he needs to really, assess himself as like as a man. Like, why do you need Aaron Rodgers to be good? Like, this needs to be studied now because we see Devontae Adams wherever he goes, he's doing all right. But I guess Lazard don't got that dog in him.
Nah. He's definitely just like only good with Rodgers. Like I've never seen a player that's like only good with one quarterback play.
Yeah. Well, Valdez Scantling is back with Pittsburgh. They just signed him, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Pittsburgh even makes a move for Lazard at this point.
Yeah.
So,
It's so interesting. Like Rodgers complains about his weapons and then brings his weapons from the teams he complained about everywhere.
he'll find something all the time. So
Yeah.
but yeah. No, appreciate y'all locking in with this. We'll lock in after the bye week. Hopefully we have some more good things to talk about.
Facts.
Peace.